Chosen one, the enemies who stole from you are about to lose everything. A moment is unfolding in your life that heaven has watched for a very long time. Quiet battles, hidden tears, and silent endurance have not gone unseen. There were days when it felt like pieces of your life were taken away unfairly. Peace was disturbed, opportunities slipped through your fingers, and some people tried to break the strength that God placed within your spirit. Yet the story of your life has never been written by those who opposed you. It has always been written by the loving hands of God. What once looked like loss is now becoming the beginning of a powerful restoration that no one on earth can stop. The truth is rising like the morning sun, and the season that once carried sorrow is slowly transforming into a season filled with divine justice and unexpected healing. Type Amen if you believe. God has watched every moment when your heart was heavy and your spirit felt tired. The pain that came from betrayal, misunderstanding, or silent opposition never escaped his sight. Even when the world seemed quiet and no one stood beside you, heaven remained close. The Lord never turned away from your struggles. He understood every hidden burden and every silent prayer that rose from your heart during the darkest hours of your life. There were times when you felt that others had taken things that belonged to your future. Some took your kindness and returned it with cruelty. Others tried to take your peace, your confidence, or your opportunities. They believed that their actions would end your journey and close the doors that God prepared for you. But what they did not understand was that a chosen life is never controlled by human intentions. God always has the final word over every chapter of your life. Before continuing, take a moment to gently press the like button to support this video and help this word reach hearts that are quietly waiting for encouragement today. The love of Jesus has always surrounded you, even when the road became difficult and lonely. His presence remained close while you walked through confusion, disappointment, and quiet heartbreak. Jesus understands pain deeply because he also carried sorrow during his time on earth. Because of that deep understanding, his compassion for your life is real and powerful. He stands beside you not only as a savior, but also as a loving guide who restores what has been broken. God never allows injustice to write the final chapter of a chosen life. When people try to take what belongs to you, they may believe that their actions are permanent, yet heaven works on a different timeline. What looks delayed to the human eye is often the quiet preparation of a powerful restoration. God is patient, and his timing carries perfect wisdom. Your silence during difficult seasons was never weakness. Your patience during painful moments was not failure. In many ways, your quiet endurance became the very strength that heaven used to prepare you for the next chapter of your life. While others believed they were winning by taking advantage of your kindness, God was quietly building something stronger within your spirit. Type 1111 if you trust in God. The truth about a chosen life is simple yet powerful. No person has the authority to steal the destiny that God has already written for you. People may delay certain paths, they may cause confusion or temporary loss, but they can never erase the purpose that God created for your life. What belongs to you through God will always find its way back into your hands. Many times the Lord allows silence before restoration arrives. This silence is not abandonment, it is preparation. During this period, God strengthens your heart, deepens your faith, and clears the path ahead of you. While the world sees quietness, heaven is moving in ways that human eyes cannot yet see. Jesus teaches patience through love. His gentle voice reminds your heart that goodness is never wasted and faithfulness is never forgotten. Every act of kindness you gave, even when it was not appreciated, still carries value in the eyes of God. Every moment you chose peace instead of anger planted a seed that heaven remembers. The people who tried to take from you believed they were shaping the outcome of your life. They thought their actions would leave you empty and discouraged, yet they never understood the depth of God's protection over your journey. What they believed was victory will slowly reveal itself as loss, because actions built on selfishness cannot stand forever. God's justice does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it appears quietly and steadily, like the sunrise after a long night. The same hands that carried you through sorrow will also guide you into restoration. This restoration will not only replace what was taken, it will strengthen your heart, renew your peace, and bring new opportunities that you never expected. The Lord is also shaping your spirit through these experiences. Hard seasons often become the places where faith grows deeper and stronger. Through your patience and trust, your heart has become more compassionate and more understanding toward others who are suffering. This growth is precious in the eyes of God. Jesus sees the wounds that were caused by unfair actions. He also sees the strength you showed while continuing to move forward. His love gently restores the parts of your heart that were hurt by betrayal or rejection. In His presence, broken pieces slowly become whole again. You are not walking through life alone. God walks beside you every single day. Even during moments when the road feels quiet and uncertain, His presence remains steady and faithful. His guidance leads you away from bitterness and toward healing. The future ahead of you is not defined by what was taken from you. It is defined by what God is preparing to restore. Peace will return to your heart in deeper ways than before. Opportunities will appear that align with the purpose God placed within your life. New strength will rise within you, reminding you that your journey was never meant to end in defeat. A little-known 7-second morning practice once kept within CIA documents is making its way back into public view, and people are already reporting fast financial shifts. It takes only seconds to complete, yet it stimulates a dormant wealth center in the brain that most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now to check it out before it's gone. The story of your life is still unfolding, and the hand of God continues to guide every step. Quiet restoration is already beginning to take shape, even if you cannot see every detail yet. The love of Jesus surrounds your path, bringing hope where there was once uncertainty. Those who tried to take from you will one day realize that they were never in control of your destiny. God alone writes the final chapter of every chosen life. His plan for you is filled with peace, renewal, and a future that reflects His deep love. And as this season slowly turns, your heart will begin to see something beautiful rising from the pain that once felt overwhelming. The Lord is not only restoring what was lost, He is also preparing you for a life filled with deeper faith, stronger peace, and a purpose that shines with quiet strength. The enemies who once believed they had taken something from your life never understood the deeper plan that heaven was preparing. Their actions created pain, but they also revealed something powerful about your spirit. They showed the strength that lived within you. They showed the patience that God planted in your heart long ago. While others expected you to collapse under pressure, you continued walking forward with quiet faith. God watched every step of that journey. Every moment when your heart felt heavy was noticed by Him. Every night when you felt alone was seen by Him. The Lord never looked away from your struggle. Even when the world around you continued moving as if nothing had happened, heaven was paying attention to every detail of your life. This is the reason restoration becomes so meaningful. It is not only about receiving back what was taken, it is also about understanding how deeply God has been present through every part of your story. The same God who carried you through loss is now guiding you into healing. The same loving hands that comforted you during sorrow are now opening doors that once seemed impossible. Type 777 if you trust Jesus. The truth about divine restoration is gentle but powerful. God never restores in a way that leaves your heart empty. When He rebuilds something in your life, He does it with greater wisdom and deeper peace. What returns to you often carries more meaning than what was lost, because it arrives with spiritual growth and understanding. During the difficult seasons of your life, there were moments when it felt as though everything was uncertain. Some days carried confusion, other days carried quiet sadness. Yet, even during those moments, God was shaping something within you that could not be seen immediately. Your patience was growing stronger. Your faith was becoming deeper. Your ability to love with compassion was expanding. Jesus teaches a gentle kind of strength that does not depend on revenge or anger. His way of healing does not come from harming others or wishing them pain. Instead, His way brings peace into your heart and allows truth to reveal itself naturally over time. Those who tried to take from you will face the consequences of their own actions, but your heart is being prepared for something greater than bitterness. The love of God is never limited by the actions of people. Even when someone tries to harm or deceive you, the Lord continues working for your good. His wisdom moves through situations that seem unfair. His guidance leads you away from despair and toward healing. This is why your story cannot be defined by the pain of yesterday. Your life carries purpose that is far greater than the moment when others tried to bring you down. Every chosen life passes through seasons of testing. These seasons reveal the strength that God has placed within a person's spirit. They also prepare the heart to receive blessings with humility and gratitude. There is a quiet dignity that grows within a person who has endured hardship with faith. This dignity cannot be taken away by criticism, betrayal, or misunderstanding. It becomes part of the character that God shapes over time. When others see this strength, they begin to understand that your peace does not come from circumstances. It comes from the presence of God within your life. The enemies who once believed they were winning are slowly beginning to face the truth about their actions. Every choice made with selfishness carries consequences. These consequences may not appear immediately, but they always arrive eventually. God allows truth to rise in its proper time, and when it does, it reveals the full picture of what truly happened. You do not need to chase justice or fight to prove your worth. God already knows your heart. He already understands your intentions and your struggles. His wisdom will bring clarity to every situation in ways that no human effort could achieve. What seemed hidden will become visible. What seemed confusing will become clear. Your responsibility is not to focus on those who hurt you. Your responsibility is to continue walking forward with faith, kindness, and quiet strength. When you keep your heart focused on God, you allow His peace to remain within you. That peace becomes a light that guides your path and protects your spirit from bitterness. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. As time moves forward, you will begin to see small signs of restoration appearing in your life. Opportunities will start opening where doors once seemed closed. Relationships that carry sincerity and kindness will begin to surround you. Moments of peace will become more frequent, reminding you that God is gently guiding your steps. Sometimes restoration begins in ways that feel simple. A peaceful morning may replace restless nights. Encouraging words from someone may arrive at the exact moment when you needed them. New understanding may grow within your heart about why certain experiences happened the way they did. These small moments are often the first signs that healing has begun. God's love is patient. He never rushes the process of restoration because He understands the depth of the heart. He knows that true healing requires time, reflection, and spiritual growth. As He continues guiding your life, the wounds of the past slowly lose their power over your emotions. What if wealth was never about luck, but about a hidden brain signal that remained buried in classified files? This powerful frequency is now unlocking doors, drawing in new opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract prosperity in ways they never thought possible. Click the link in the description and comments now, and switch on the money-attracting brainwave today. Jesus remains close during every step of this transformation. His presence brings comfort during moments when memories of past pain appear. His guidance helps your heart release resentment and move toward forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean approving of what happened. It means freeing your heart from the weight of anger. When your heart becomes free from anger, peace begins to fill the space that once held pain. This peace becomes one of the greatest gifts God gives to those who trust Him through difficult seasons. It allows you to look toward the future without fear. It allows you to move forward without carrying the burden of past injustice. The people who tried to take from you believed that your story would end in disappointment. They never imagined that their actions would become the very moments that led to your growth. What they intended for harm has slowly become part of the path that strengthened your faith and deepened your understanding of God's love. This transformation is powerful because it reveals how deeply God cares for your life. He does not waste any experience. Even painful moments become part of a larger story that leads toward healing and purpose. Your journey has been shaped by divine guidance from the very beginning. There will come a time when you look back at this season with new understanding. What once felt overwhelming will appear as a chapter that prepared you for something greater. The lessons learned during hardship will guide your future decisions with wisdom and clarity. Your heart will also become a source of encouragement for others who are walking through their own struggles. Because you have experienced pain and healing, your words will carry sincerity and compassion. Your story will quietly remind others that God never abandons those who trust Him. The future ahead of you is not built on the actions of those who hurt you. It is built on the faithful love of God that has carried you through every moment of your life. His plans for you continue unfolding day by day. New opportunities, new peace, and new understanding are slowly rising on the horizon. The love of Jesus remains the center of your journey. His gentle presence reminds your heart that every season has meaning. Even the seasons of loss hold hidden seeds of restoration. As these seeds begin to grow, they will bring blessings that reflect the kindness and wisdom of God. The enemies who once believed they had taken everything will slowly realize that they never held the power they imagined. What belongs to you through God cannot be stolen forever. It always finds its way back through divine timing and divine wisdom. Your story continues moving forward with quiet strength. The path ahead carries healing, renewed hope, and deeper faith. God remains beside you through every step, guiding your life toward a future that reflects His love and His perfect understanding of your journey. While others believed that your journey had been weakened by loss, heaven was strengthening the foundation of your future. There is a deep truth about a chosen life that many people do not immediately understand. God sometimes allows difficult chapters so that a stronger story can rise afterward. These chapters do not exist to destroy you, they exist to shape you. They refine your patience, deepen your faith, and remind your heart that your true security has always come from the love of God. The pain that came from those who tried to take from you was real. Their actions created wounds that only time and grace could heal. Yet even while that pain unfolded, God was quietly protecting the parts of your life that no one else could touch. Your purpose remained safe in His hands. Your destiny remained written by His wisdom. Type yes to affirm. The enemies who once believed they were stronger than your faith never understood the depth of God's authority. They believed that manipulation, jealousy, or selfish intentions could determine the outcome of your story, but human plans cannot override divine purpose. What God has prepared for a chosen life cannot be erased by the actions of others. During the season when you felt misunderstood, your heart carried a quiet burden. There were moments when you wondered if the truth would ever become clear. There were days when the silence around you felt heavy. Yet through every one of those moments, God remained close. His presence surrounded you, even when comfort seemed far away. The love of Jesus carries a gentle power that restores broken hearts. He understands the wounds caused by betrayal and unfair treatment. His compassion reaches into the deepest parts of your spirit and slowly begins the process of healing. The peace that he brings does not arrive through force. It arrives softly, like calm light entering a room after a long night. Your strength during those difficult days was not your own strength alone. It was the quiet support of God, lifting you forward one step at a time. Every moment when you chose patience instead of anger became a victory for your spirit. Every time you refused to become bitter, your heart moved closer to healing. Type 1919 to receive miracles. While your heart was learning these lessons, the world around you continued moving forward. Some people forgot what had happened. Others pretended not to notice the pain that had touched your life. Yet God never forgot. Heaven never overlooked the injustice that unfolded in your story. Every detail remained known and understood by the one who guides your path. There is a moment in every journey when truth begins to rise to the surface. This moment may not come quickly, but it always arrives with quiet certainty. The actions of those who tried to harm you will eventually reveal their true nature. Time has a way of bringing clarity to situations that once felt confusing. Within your mind is a small region linked to success and wealth, once concealed in restricted research and classified files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people trade financial stress for calm and stability, and God has led you to see this at the perfect moment. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. As that clarity appears, you will begin to notice something remarkable within your own heart. The pain that once felt overwhelming will slowly lose its power over you. Peace will begin to grow where frustration once lived. Your spirit will feel lighter because you are no longer carrying the burden of proving your worth to others. God never asked you to fight every battle on your own. Many times He invites you to step back and allow His wisdom to unfold naturally. When you release the need to control outcomes, you create space for divine guidance to move freely within your life. This surrender is not weakness, it is trust. Trust in God transforms the way you see your experiences. Instead of focusing on what was taken, your heart begins to notice what has been preserved. Instead of remembering only the pain, you begin to see the strength that grew inside you during those moments. This new understanding becomes part of the healing process that God is gently guiding. Jesus continues walking beside you through every stage of this transformation. His presence reminds your heart that you are never abandoned. Even when circumstances appear uncertain, His love remains steady. He carries the wisdom that leads you away from darkness and toward peace. The enemies who once believed they had control over your situation will slowly witness a different outcome. Their plans will not bring them the satisfaction they expected. Actions built on selfishness cannot sustain themselves forever. When truth finally reveals itself, it often brings unexpected consequences to those who acted without integrity. Yet the focus of your life is not meant to remain on them. Your focus is meant to remain on the path that God is guiding you toward. The future ahead of you carries opportunities that are shaped by faith and perseverance. Every step forward brings you closer to the purpose that God placed within your heart long ago. The journey you are walking now carries deeper meaning than you may realize. God is not only restoring what was lost, He is also preparing you to become a source of encouragement for others. People who experience healing often become the ones who help others discover hope. Your compassion has grown through hardship. Your understanding of pain allows you to recognize the silent struggles that others carry. Because of this, your words and actions will bring comfort to many hearts in the future. What once felt like suffering is slowly transforming into a source of strength for others. There will come a time when you notice how far you have traveled from the place where pain once lived. The memories of betrayal will no longer control your emotions. The voices that once doubted you will fade into the background of your story. What remains will be the quiet strength that God placed within your life. This strength does not need recognition from the world. It does not depend on approval from others. It comes from knowing that your life is guided by divine love. When that understanding grows within your heart, a deep peace begins to settle over your spirit. The path ahead continues to unfold with gentle promise. God is opening new doors that align with the purpose He created for you. These opportunities will carry sincerity and truth. They will not require you to compromise your faith or your integrity. Your heart will also discover new levels of gratitude. Even the difficult seasons will eventually reveal hidden lessons that shaped your character. The wisdom gained during those times will guide your future decisions with clarity. Jesus remains the center of this journey. His presence reminds you that love is stronger than betrayal and faith is stronger than fear. Through Him, healing becomes possible. Through Him, hope continues to grow. As time moves forward, the story of your life will reveal a powerful truth. The enemies who tried to take from you never held the authority they believed they had. God alone holds that authority. He is the one who restores, guides, and protects every chosen life. Your future is not written by the actions of others, it is written by the faithful love of God. That love continues to lead you toward a season filled with peace, renewal, and quiet victory. The enemies who once believed they had taken something permanent from you could only see the surface of your life. They did not see the hidden work that God was doing within your heart. While they focused on control and selfish gain, heaven was preparing something far greater than anything they could imagine. The plans of God are not fragile. They do not collapse because of human actions. His plans continue moving forward with calm authority. There were days when your heart carried a heavy silence. You walked through situations where your kindness was misunderstood and your sincerity was overlooked. The weight of those moments sometimes felt difficult to carry. Yet even then, the presence of God remained steady beside you. He watched over you during every quiet moment and every hidden struggle. God understands the human heart in ways that no one else can. He sees the wounds that people try to hide. He understands the silent prayers that rise during moments of discouragement. When your heart felt tired, His compassion remained close. When your faith felt weak, His strength gently supported you. The love of Jesus continues to bring healing into places that once held sorrow. His presence offers peace that slowly replaces the tension created by past betrayal. This healing does not arrive suddenly. It grows gently within your spirit, allowing your heart to recover with patience and grace. Type 222 to claim miracles. During this stage of your journey, you may begin noticing how much your perspective has changed. Situations that once caused deep frustration may no longer carry the same emotional weight. Memories that once brought sadness may begin to feel distant. This change is a sign that healing has been quietly unfolding within your life. A 7-second brainwave method, once limited to elite circles and tucked away in classified files, is now accessible to the public, and many refer to it as the 30-second miracle. Researchers say it stimulates a dormant brain center tied to prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's removed again from the internet. God often restores a heart before he restores circumstances. When your inner peace becomes strong, the events around you begin to shift naturally. Doors that once seemed closed slowly begin to open. New connections appear that carry sincerity and kindness. Opportunities arise that align with the purpose God placed within you. These changes do not happen by accident. They are signs that divine guidance has been shaping your path all along. Even when you believed you were standing still, heaven was arranging pieces of your future with careful wisdom. Type 1010 if you agree. The people who once believed they had control over your situation may begin to notice these changes as well. They may see the peace that has returned to your life. They may recognize that the strength within you has grown instead of fading. This realization often brings quiet understanding to those who once acted without wisdom. God does not rush the unfolding of truth. He allows it to rise gradually, so that every person involved can see the reality of their actions. When truth becomes clear, it carries a quiet authority that cannot be denied. It reveals the difference between actions built on selfishness and a life guided by faith. Your focus during this time remains on the path ahead. The future that God is preparing for you carries new meaning. It is not simply about receiving back what was taken. It is about stepping into a life shaped by deeper wisdom and stronger faith. The lessons learned during your difficult seasons have prepared your heart for this moment. You now understand the value of peace in ways that many people never experience. You recognize the importance of surrounding yourself with sincerity and kindness. You have learned that true strength comes from trusting God, even when circumstances seem uncertain. This understanding becomes a foundation for everything that follows. It guides your decisions and protects your spirit from returning to environments that once caused pain. The wisdom gained through hardship becomes a shield that helps you walk forward with confidence. Jesus remains close to you through every step of this transformation. His gentle presence reminds your heart that healing is always possible. When memories of past hurt appear, his compassion helps release them without bitterness. Through his love, your spirit continues growing stronger and more peaceful. The enemies who once tried to take from you may eventually realize that their actions did not create the ending they expected. Instead of destroying your journey, their actions became part of the path that strengthened your faith. What they intended for harm has been turned into an opportunity for growth. This transformation is one of the quiet miracles that God performs within the lives of those who trust him. He does not simply remove pain, he reshapes it into something meaningful. Through this process, your life becomes a testimony of patience, endurance, and faith. There will be moments ahead when you look back at this season with new perspective. The struggles that once felt overwhelming will appear as important steps in a larger story. Each challenge will reveal how God guided you through uncertainty towards stability. Your heart will also become a place where compassion grows freely. Because you understand pain, you will recognize it in others. Your words will carry comfort for those who feel discouraged. Your presence will remind people that healing is possible even after deep disappointment. God often uses healed hearts to bring hope into the lives of others.